Good morning, the Honorable, our lecturer, Mr. Elwin Piarawan Zebua, and the Honorable, all of my friends. So, let me to present for you about my research proposal, with the topic is an analysis of student speaking anxiety at the 8th grade student of SMP Swasta Kristen BNKP Gunung Sitoli in 2023. This is research proposal by Rini Suzwina Telambanua, register number 20210806. So, all of my friends, maybe you ask with me why you put or why you choose this title. Because this is speaking anxiety when I was internship in SMP Swasta Kristen BNKP Gunung Sitoli, I'm always meet with the students that is still speak anxiety, and they are doubt, they are afraid when say something, and they are cannot controlling themselves, and they are also can't confident with themselves when they are speaking English. But this is a little, but for many students also it's fluent to speak English. So I'm interested to talk about what is the problem with the students, what they are cannot manage or what they can't handle about themselves when they are trying to speak English, especially English language. So here I put in my research proposal, I put about chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3, and I want to explain for you one by one about what is this. First, chapter 1, this is especially introduction. And the first is background of the research. I want to explain for you what is the meaning of speaking. Speaking is one of the most important skills that need to be developed by English language students. Because with speaking we can communicate, we can interact with someone. That is about speaking. And the next that I put what is the meaning of anxiety. So in this I have put with you what is the meaning of anxiety. Anxiety especially is a feeling of fear, dread, and uneasiness. It might cause you sweat, feel restless and tense, and have a rapid heartbeat. It can be a normal reaction to stress. For example, you might feel anxious when faced with a physical problem at work, before taking a test, or before making an important decision. So that is the meaning of anxiety. So in here, my friends, I have also put what is the focus of the research. I put two here. First, to analyze of students speaking anxiety, and the second one is to analyze the factor of speaking anxiety. And the last part C, formulation of the problem. I take to also the formulation of the problem in this research is namely first, how the speaking anxiety students of SMP Swasta Kristen BNKP Gunung Sitoli, and the second, how to analyze the factor of speaking anxiety. And part D, the purpose of the research. So from my title also you can guess what is the title of my research proposal. This is the purpose of this research is to analyze of student speaking anxiety at the 8th grade student of SMP Kristen BNKP Gunung Sitoli in 2023. And part E, this is about significance of the research, or what is someone that will get after doing research. So I decide until 3 here for the researchers, for teachers, and also for students. So let's discuss one by one. For researchers, this study is important to know the weaknesses experienced by students when speaking in English. And for a teacher, this research is important to know how to overcome students' anxiety when speaking English. And the last, for students, this research is important to the students understand how to be confident when speak English. So for 3 here, there are 3 peoples, or there are 3 candidates, or there are 3 that we get what is the purpose, or they will know what is the purpose of this research. Let's come to the chapter 2. This is review of related literature. So review of related literature here I put until first, this is about the theoretical framework. In theoretical framework, I explain for you what is the meaning of speaking anxiety. Speaking anxiety is one of the factors causing psychological burden of rich language learning. So this is like burden. When we are trying to speak English, we cannot control ourselves. Ourself is like nervous, and we cannot manage ourselves about how to speak English with good again. So that is about speaking anxiety. And of course, with speaking anxiety, we cannot handle with ourselves alone, and also we cannot understand about what we can say or how we can answer the question from maybe from the teacher or give the question. So that is about my explanation in the theoretical framework. Excuse me. Next, in this also, I put about some of the experts give their opinion about what is the meaning of speaking anxiety that I put in my the theoretical framework. Next, in the related literature, so I put here the result of the research were cited below. There are three of the expert give their opinion also. And the part C, conceptual framework. So in my conceptual framework that you can see about my framework about how to get the result, I put here speaking, obstacle in speaking, anxiety, and anxiety in depends on two. This is factors and also types. Factors is personal and interpersonal anxieties. Learners' belief about language learning. Third, instructor beliefs about language teaching. Classroom procedure, and the last is language testing. And the types is first, communication apprehension. Second is test anxiety, and the last is fear of negative evaluation. So this is about my types. And the part C, this is chapter 3. I have put research methodologies. So my research methodology is that first approach and type of the research. So here I explain for you what is the meaning of research first. A research approach is the procedure selected by the research to collect, analyze it, and interpret data. There are three approaches to research: quantitative, qualitative, and mixed methods. So here I have put what is the meaning one by one of these. First, quantitative research is the collection and analysis of numerical data to describe, explain, predict, or control phenomena or interest. The analysis of numerical data is complex and must be addressed systematically. Quantitative research uses deductive reasoning. So this is about have the relation with numerical data. So this is about quantitative research. Next, qualitative research is the collection, analysis, and interpretation of comprehensive narrative and visual data to gain insights to a particular phenomena to interest. Qualitative research can be categorized as the simultaneous study of many aspects of a phenomenon at the attempt to study things as they exist naturally. This approach uses inductive reasoning. So, if quantitative research, this is about deductive reasoning, while qualitative research, this is have the relation with inductive reasoning. And last, with mixed methods research, this is combines between quantitative and qualitative. So, as well I say, there are three research approach. Depends on three approaches. The first is quantitative research, qualitative research, and the last is mixed methods research. Mixed methods research, this is about combines between quantitative research and also qualitative research. Next is variables of research. In variable of research, I have explained for you today what is the meaning of variable. A variable is a characteristic or attribute of an individual or an organization that researchers can measure and observe, and also varies among individuals or organizations study. So in a variable, this is how or what is the object that will be research will be doing by the research, or how is something that will be doing, or what is from the problem, also from variables. Next is source of data. In source of data, the data of the research indicates the types of the data that will be collected and will be analyzed by the researcher. So the researcher that will be doing about how to collect the data to achieve the objectives of qualitative research. So for today, I take methods of qualitative research. Researchers use typically qualitative data and schedule a college techniques such as observations and interviews. So in this, I will put observation and also interviews with some of students, sample of students. Next is instrument of the research. Research instrument is a tool that used by the researcher in collecting data in order to make the research easier and get better results in analyze. So I say with you just that I have the purpose in this research proposal. This is about to analyze. So research instrument, this is a tool that used by the researcher to collecting the data. Next is data collecting technique. So data collecting technique, questionnaire is a list of questions that the writer used to get information from the students directly through a process of communication or ask question. So that is about data collecting technique. So that's all of my explanation about my research proposal, especially with the title of an analysis of students speaking anxiety at the 8th grade students of SMP Swasta Kristen BNKP Gunung Sitoli in 2023. Thank you for the time that has been given to me again, and see you.